Time Walk with Me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Time Walk with me. I am the Time Walker, and I recently got the kind of pack that supercharges the gambling impulse that drives the sale of packs. It was a jumpstart pack, and among my rares was Tithe Extractor. I dipped way into my pile of good stuff, so this isn't a budget deck like my decks usually are. Rev is a 3/3 human rogue who costs 3 generic and 1 black mana to cast. Whenever you attack, one of your creatures gets Death Touch until end of turn. So that will discourage blocking, except maybe with disposable creatures, but then whenever one or more of your creatures deals combat damage to a player's face, you get a treasure token, and you look at the top card of that player's library and exile it face down so you know what it is, but they most likely don't. Then, as long as it remains exiled, you can cast it. You have to pay to cast the spell, and Rev doesn't give you any help as far as color fixing goes, except that she gives you a treasure that can generate a mana of any color. So the way I went with this deck is lots of flying and otherwise evasive creatures, and ways to take advantage of getting attacks through. A few of these creatures have something other than flying that makes them hard to block, like Shadow, Arcbound Condor, Balustrade Spy, Basilica Stalker, Changeling Outcast. Why bother flying when you can just be unblockable? Dothy Voidwalker. This creature serves as a nice evasion attacker, graveyard hate, and a way to steal another of an opponent's spells. Demon of Catastrophes, Eradicator Valkyrie, Eye Collector, Eye Twitch, High Society Hunter, Kinzu of the Bleak Coven, Mind Leecher, Nightmare Shepherd, Order of Midnight, Pestilence Demon. This flying demon makes a great board wiper. Senger Vampire. Whatever he kills makes him stronger. Scourge Familiar, Smog Elemental. Just in case any of your opponents do have flyers, this deals with the chump blockers among them. Sturge, Street Wraith. If no one else is playing black, you can just cycle this card for basically free. Vampire Interloper, and Westgate Regent. Goldvein Pick. We all yearn for the mines, and this equipment allows you to mine your opponents for treasure tokens. Heartpiercer Bow. Take out those pesky chump blockers before they can be used to protect their master from you. Leyline Axe. Put this on a creature that has Death Touch, and you'll kill each creature blocking it with the first point of damage in the first strike part of combat, and deal the rest to their face. Mirror Shield. This makes a creature tougher, harder to get rid of, and Death Touch proof. Quick Draw Katana. First strike on a Death Touch creature makes it the perfect combatant. Rogue's Gloves. Thieves' Tools. Rev doesn't really have any evasion abilities, so this covers that little issue. And Vorpal Sword. Once you have 8 mana, you can start taking people out of the game. Just in case people take exception to you stealing their spells, these cards help keep Rev from dying. Abnormal Endurance, Ashnod's Intervention, Battle Rage Blessing, Demonic Gifts, Fake Your Own Death, Orcish Medicine, Professor's Warning, Return to Action, Smoke Bomb, and Supernatural Stamina. We got Deadly Rollick, Early Winter, Grim Bounty, Hero's Downfall, Meteor Golem, Murder, and Snuff Out. I normally don't use a lot of board wipes in my decks, but I recently played some games where someone got out of control and needed to be reset, so I'm starting to become a believer in this kind of thing. Blasphemous Edict. 1 mana to kill all the creatures on the board is a great price. Boompile. Exsanguinate. This is a board wipe in that it wipes the board of players. Grey Merchant of Asphodel, or Gary. This is also a wiper of players. Nivinural's Disc, and Toxic Deluge. We got Bog Witch, Dark Ritual, Felwar Stone. What better to help me cast my opponent's spells than a rock that generates mana of any color their lands can produce? Nyx Lotus, Altar of the Pantheon, and Treasure Dredger. Court of Lochthwain. This goes well with Rev, stealing cards from the top of opponents' libraries. Heirloom Epic. I didn't include a whole card draw section, but I didn't neglect card draw completely. This artifact can help you cheaply draw cards if you have creatures to tap for it. Midnight Snack. You'll be attacking a lot with this deck, so this'll get you a lot of food tokens. Soul Guide Lantern. Get rid of everyone's graveyard but yours, or draw a card. And Underworld Hermit. I was thinking that this card is a little bit like Gary, but it's not really. Still, it could potentially come in handy. We got Swamps, of course. Boggart Trawler / Boggart Bog. Cabal Stronghold. Cascading Cataracts. This should make it very easy to get the mana colors you need to cast your opponent's spells. Exotic Orchard. As long as your opponents have the mana to cast their spells, so do you. Gemstone Caverns. If you're lucky enough to have this in your opening hand, but not lucky enough to go first, you'll start the game with a land that taps for any color. Lotus Field. Malakir Rebirth / Malakir Mire. Rogue's Passage. And Scavenger Grounds. And that's it, my Rev Tithe Extractor deck. Give me literally all of your thoughts, and I will see you next time. And remember, tariffs are paid by the people buying the goods, not the countries they come from.